And I have my first guest in the studio with me right now, who I'm really excited to be speaking with because her music found me. It's accompanied my Sundays, my days, as I've lit some incense, gone for long walks in the park and reflected. And her name is Ego Elame, and she is a British-Nigerian award-winning singer, songwriter and musician. From South London, the critically acclaimed artist has an all-encompassing love of music, which she channels into her own genre, blending R&B, neo-soul and contemporary jazz compositions. She has just dropped the third part of her Field Notes project and is also one of the headliners for next year's Brick Lane Jazz Festival. Ego Elame has a high level of admiration for people who show their vulnerabilities through music and uses this as a source of inspiration. She says it's so easy to lie to yourself and others, so I really admire people who have the audacity to be truthful. The audacity to be truthful. Ego Elame.
Wow.
It's you.
Wow.
It's you.
That was interesting to listen to. That was really nice. Thank you.
I mean, I specifically chose that bit where you say you really admire people who have the audacity to be truthful.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's hard.
It is.
That's why I admire it so much. Yeah.
The audacity to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It's pretty hard.
On that note, how are you?
I'm really, really well. How are
Good.
you?
I am good. I'm really well, actually.
Good.
I've had my week's been up and down,
Yeah.
but I've let it just roll with it. I've just
oh my
rolled
gosh,
with
same
it.
actually.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I just remembered. Yeah, it's been up and down, but yeah, just riding the wave.
But the fact
today
that
I feel
you,
good.
Yeah, good. And the fact that you just remembered just goes to show we just got to let it pass
Yeah.
sometimes. Do you know what I
Very
mean?
true.
But yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much for just joining me in the studio. Thank you for making the music that you make.
Oh, wow,
I was literally
thanks.
changing my bedding today and I had your music on and I was like, oh, it goes with this setting as well.
Wow.
Self-care.
Mm,
Even though, I mean, it's a necessity to change your bed sheets.
it is. Yeah. True.
Right. Tell us just more about you and just what has informed your approach to music. Who have been some big inspirations to you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm Ego Elame. I'm a singer. I'm from South London. And a lot of what I do is based around intention and trying to be as authentic as possible. And yeah, I'm a real lover of storytelling. So I do it in song form. And yeah, I love it. It's an interesting life. A lot of my inspirations, Stevie Wonder's a massive one. I grew up in a lot of jazz, gospel, Afrobeat, and randomly Phil Collins.
Oh, we love that.
That was random from my dad, but he's a G. Love Phil Collins. And yeah, I just write songs, I sing them, I record them, I play them live, and I've been doing this for a few years now. And yeah, it's been a journey, but I'm feeling really proud of myself, particularly today, just because I was thinking about my younger self and how proud she would be, and I'm just riding that wave and feeling just really happy.
I love
today.
that.
Yes.
Because you know what, earlier I was talking about what have we been manifesting for ourselves, and it sounds like you're living in a manifestation.
Yeah.
I love
Truly,
that.
yeah.
You got to
Oh.
give us, what do you do? Do you write it down?
Yeah, I do a lot of journaling.
Oh, do you?
And I also just say, I deserve to have a good life and do the things that I enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been claiming it. So with the music, it's very subjective. And I notice how you kind of use different words to describe your music, because I
Yeah.
guess however people receive it is how they're going to receive it.
Yeah.
For you though, how would you best describe? If you could say, is it more jazz, R&B, neo-soul, or do you have a completely different term?
Well, I think it's all of them. But then I also just kind of leave it up to everyone's individual ear. Because I could call it something and then you could listen and think it's completely different. So I'm just like, whatever people kind of think, that's fine. But yeah, it's like a blend of neo-soul, jazz, R&B. Yeah.
And storytelling.
And storytelling, yeah.
Because I also read as well that in order for you to write, you are constantly reading.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of collecting books. I need to actually read most of them.
Yeah.
But what books have you been reading? If we even talk about Field Notes Part 3 in particular,
Yeah.
what were the books that informed the tracks on there?
There was one in particular, which was called I May Be Wrong.
Oh.
And it's by he was a Swedish business executive, and then he became a forest monk for 17 years. And it's just all about like the ways that he changed and the things that he learned, and like just that losing control, but like in a good way, to then just become authentically who you actually are. And it was just such a profound book that really inspired the first single from the project, which was called Undone. So that was probably the most profound one that I read. And I think I started the project writing Undone anyways, and then that kind of like influenced all the other songs as well.
Because I noticed, because I mean, it sounds like it as well. And you talk about like just even maybe the purpose of life is actually undoing and unlearning things as well. Now that your project's out, because I mean, there are a lot of songs for me that I've had on repeat currently. Higher Self is the one for me. Do you know, let's actually speak about Higher Self, because it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's about, well, actually, you tell us what it's about. I was going to tell you what your song was.
I wouldn't know. You tell me.
For me, it's about, okay, it's easy to fall in love, but how about with yourself?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so simple, but it's not that simple in this world.
Exactly.
I wrote the song, actually. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well have done, because that's basically it. And also, I think what you're touching on is it's quite simple. Like the song itself is actually quite simple, and it's quite repetitive. And I kind of wanted it to be like that, like almost like a mantra that's easy to remember, that you can just be like going around your house and just like remembering those words and just singing it to yourself. So I wanted it to purposely be quite simple. So I'm actually used to just like writing like really complex things and it just being really wordy. But with this one, I was like, actually, I want it to be simple because I want it to stick in people's head, and I want people to remember that. Yeah.
With the whole project as a whole, what do you want people to take away from this?
That's a good question. I guess that it's okay to feel things. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to explore. And to read that book that I
Can you give us the title again?
It's called I May Be Wrong by Bjorn Natiko Lindeblad. I hope I'm really not murdering his name. But
yeah, I like that though. Exactly. I mean, your project definitely did make me feel like that. But then it also, just the pace of it, it slows me down. I mean, also the last track as well, and the name's gone up my head. No, Take It Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the way I listen to projects, is I kind of get hooked on one, repeat. Like, it's not going to get any better than this. And then I go to the next track, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, it's gotten better. So Take It Easy, and in brackets, Mars' song. Yeah. Because you've also got like an excerpt at the end. It sounds like you're talking with someone. Tell us about Take It Easy.
So Take It Easy, I guess that really felt like the closer, because it was just me speaking to myself in a way, and just saying like, when I stop, when I listen, when I take a moment, I just know like sometimes I get these anxious thoughts or these feelings where I'm like, I'm not enough, or what I'm doing isn't enough. And when I just pause and I just sit with it, I'm like, actually, you know what? That's just not going to win. Like I'm good. Ultimately, it's all good. And that was like a song for me to just take in and listen to. And the reason also why it's got in brackets Miles' song is because I made it with my friend Miles Wooloo, who's also this incredible artist, and we just have these really like beautiful conversations, because we've been on this journey for a while of making music, and it's so easy to just like get in your own head or compare yourself. And so I feel like we both just needed that reminder that like, actually we're doing all right, like it's all good. So like, just listen to yourself, trust yourself, it's just it's like this project just feels like a reminder, and I need that for myself, because like I said, this week I've been like
up and down,
and it's just funny talking through this stuff. I'm like, actually I wrote these songs for a reason, and it's actually fine.
So you wrote them for yourself, and you gifted them to us as well. I mean, being an artist though in London, it must be quite hard to not compare yourself. Yeah. Because it's the numbers, the stream, even the awards. Like I mean, today the MOBO Awards came out. Yeah. We know you're a MOBO Award winner in 2020 for Best Jazz Acts. We've now got the nominees. Yeah. I'm going to put you under pressure. I'm going to ask, are you rooting for anyone? So we've got Blue Lab Beats, Control, I think that's how you say them. Control, yeah. Ezra Collective, Masego, Ruben James, Yasmin Lacey.
Yeah.
Who are you? If you had
Wait,
to,
can I actually answer that? Okay, I'm rooting for Yasmin Lacey.
I'm rooting for her as well.
I think she's just had such an incredible year.
She has.
And
She's been
smashed
traveling.
it. Yeah, she's
just
been
finished her
doing
tour.
all sorts. Yeah, and the album is incredible.
It is.
So I'm really like fingers and toes crossed for Yasmin.
Okay, I'm doing that as well. And I'm glad you said the same answer.
Anyway,
I'm glad you picked. You were decisive.
Yeah.
Right, before we play Higher Self and actually just remind everyone to love themselves, 2024.
Yes.
What's in store?
I'm going to be doing more shows. I've just announced Ronnie Scott's today. I'm playing on the 28th of February.
A day after my birthday. Friends. Just saying, I like experiences for gifts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then I'm also doing Brick Lane Jazz Festival in April on the 26th. What else is there? Yeah, there'll be like a few festivals. I'm also working on my next album. So there's just like a lot of musical things that will be occurring. Yeah.
I was going to ask more
exciting.
about the next album, but I actually want to play the full track of Higher Self.
Yeah, do it.
So firstly, where do we find you, follow you, find out more?
Everything is exactly the same, which is just Ego LMA.
Right.
EGOELLAMAY.
Easy, simple.
Yeah, one word.
Thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with me. Please, can you introduce Higher Self by yourself? Please.
Okay, so this is Ego LMA, and this track is called Higher Self, and it's from my project Field Notes Part 3, which is out now, and I hope you love it.